Paramount has a new white savior movie with Mark Wahlberg, who's committed multiple hate crimes, playing a man that was quite literally killed by his own racism, and that is a story you need to hear. Wahlberg is playing Colombo crime family hitman Gregory Scarpa, who had a tiny role in the investigation of the murder of Vernon Dahmer. Scarpa, who in 1986 had an ulcer and had to go to a hospital in Brooklyn. Now, he wouldn't accept any of the blood from the hospital that had been screened because, according to his attorney, Greg could never be accused of being racially liberal. This is all courtesy of the New Yorker. He had 30 friends and family come to the hospital to give blood, which was not screened. One of the people that showed up, Paul, had HIV from using steroids. He would give his blood unscreened to Scarpa, who would contract HIV and eventually, I believe, 8 years later die of AIDS. Another source was way less gentle, just said Scarpa had a hatred of African Americans and had a fear that the blood of a black man would course through his veins. Paramount, instead of telling the story of Vernon Dahmer, took that guy, invented a fake black FBI agent to let them team up to track down Vernon's killer. Dennis Dahmer, Vernon's only remaining son, did not sign the movie's life rights agreement. Dahmer family, with the exception of one person, sees this as a ridiculous white savior story. While at first they tried to get over on Vernon's 101-year-old widow, Ellie, about the type of movie this would be, who was in the house when the Klan burned it down when her husband was murdered, as was Dennis. She did not sign off on this movie either.
Vernon Dahmer, my late husband, if he was alive today, he would not support this movie. He's against everything it stands for. Some of his last words were, "If you don't vote, you don't count."
Want to hear more from Dennis on his father and what happened here? I was able to talk to him. The link to that is in my bio. The link to the petition the family has put forward will be below as well. The story that should be being told is the story of Vernon Dahmer. But instead, without the approval of the large majority of his family, he'll be a footnote in a movie about a guy who was so racist he fucking died, played by a guy who did a bunch of hate crimes.